Hello, it's the Brick Lord here, back with another Ninjago video, and today will be my updated Ninjago ranking the seasons video, and that will be including seasons 1 through 13, the pilots, and Day of the Departed, and otherwise, let's just keep in mind opinions, and I would be honored if you guys would leave your list in the comments below, and without further ado, let's start this video. Number 15 pick is Season 11. Season 11 is my least favorite season, and the absolute worst thing about this season is the anime. It should not have ever been in the show, and it's ruining backstories. And the next thing is the horrible amounts of bad filler. I do have a difference between good and bad filler, and I will do a video on it later. But there was way too much bad filler, and it took away from the overall story and cut things short. And also, a very boring first half with the fire chapter. It really just did not do anything for me. There was nothing that exciting, and Asphera was a boring villain. So overall, Season 11 was not that good. Moving to the ice chapter side of things, it was better, but not great. I mean, it really was not that exciting either. The best part about it was probably the Ice Emperor and Vex, the few times they were on screen and stuff happened with them. But otherwise, Season 11 really dropped the ball, and I hope that they did learn from their mistakes with this season. But overall, this is the worst season in Ninjago. Number 14 pick are the pilot episodes. These are good nostalgia episodes, but the main thing that keeps them low is the length. I mean, they are pretty short, but they technically aren't a season, but the length still hurts them. And the next thing that keeps them low, it's not nearly as action-packed as later seasons. I mean, it's still great, and like I said, the nostalgia is amazing, but there's not nearly enough action as later stuff, and this was Ninjago's humble beginnings, so obviously it's not going to be as crazy as later stuff, but it still does not beat later seasons, and so that's why it's lower on my list. Number 13 pick is Day of the Departed. The first thing that hurts this is the length of it, and it was a 45-minute special, so technically it was not a season, but people do rank it and include it as one, so that's what I'm doing here. But the length does hurt this. The next thing that hurts this is a villain issue. Yang is pretty boring until the end fight with Cole. Otherwise, he's not that exciting. General Cryptor's death was just ridiculously dumb. Chen was pretty annoying. He was okay in Season 4, but in this he was just so annoying. Thankfully, the other villains were fine, though. Samukai actually felt menacing, which was good. Kozo was okay. And Moro, they did not ruin his character arc and kept him on the good side, thank goodness. Overall, though, I don't hate this as much as a lot of people do. I mean, the writers had 45 minutes for the time that they had to craft a story, and I think they did fine, but the length and the villain issues are the main things holding this down low. Number 12 pick is Season 10. You can probably see a trend right now with a lot of these really short segments being at the bottom, and that's the main thing that is holding a lot of these down are the length. This in particular could have benefited from even like 2 more episodes. I mean, March of the Oni I thought was fine, but 2 more episodes would have helped to just flush out stuff. I mean, the Omega was boring. We could have learned more about him. His voice was not that great. And, I mean, the Oni were just bland. I mean, they were just some black demon characters that held a bunch of axes and attacked the ninja. I mean, there was nothing that special about them. And, I mean, in Season 8, the Oni masks were said to embody Oni powers and we never like saw that. So I don't know. There could have been a lot more development, and I think a couple more episodes could have helped that out. I mean, it wasn't all bad. There was some good character standouts, like Lloyd and Garmadon were good, but overall, the length and the underdevelopment of the Oni are what hold this season down. Number 11 pick is Season 6. I know some of you as fans love Season 6. My main issue is some of the episodes are really boring, and the premiere does not excite me. The second episode, Public Enemy Number 1, is pretty much boring besides when Nauticon steals the Realm Crystal. And lastly, My Dinner with Nauticon, that episode is so bland and boring. I mean, all it is Lloyd, Cole, and Nia. They're trying to build rafts and fail over and over just to escape the island. And Jay's story is not much better. All he's doing is cleaning Nauticon's ship. But the good things about this season, Nauticon is an amazing villain, and I really do like him. And the last two episodes, which are in a way kind of a two-part finale, are really, really good, and I love the time reversal. So there is some good things, but overall, Season 6 just does not excite me as much as other seasons do. And that's why it's a lot lower on my list than some people have it. But overall, it's still a good season, just not one of my personal favorites. Number 10 pick is Season 1. First, I want to say I love this season. The nostalgia is incredible from this season. I think all of the episodes were good. The most boring episode was Can of Worms, but even that episode wasn't really that bad. And the finale was great. The Devourer was so menacing and awesome. Pythor, Scales were really good as Serpentine generals. Garmadon was also great. And overall, it was a good season. I just personally like other seasons more, and that's why this is lower. It's good on a nostalgia level, and if we were ranking it for nostalgia, obviously this would be number 1, but we're ranking it on the best seasons possible, and I do think that there are other seasons that were crafted better or I personally like more, and that's the reason this is just a little bit lower. Otherwise, it's still a great season and amazing to rewatch every once in a while. So I would highly recommend, if you have not watched it in a long time, go back and rewatch it. It's really fun to just go and sit back and watch classic Ninjago. But overall, that's why it's lower on my list. Number 9 pick is Season 2. Some people may think that Season 2 is ranked too low on my list. Some people may think it's ranked too high on my list. A lot of people have mixed feelings about this season, and a lot of it has to do, I believe, with the filler episodes. In my opinion, there is a difference between good and bad filler. I will do a video explanation of it later, but I do think that the filler stuff was not too bad. Also, moving to the Stone Army stuff, I thought it was good. I think the couple Stone Army episodes when they were still in Ninjago were good. When they got to the island, stuff started to get a little more boring in my opinion. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the most exciting thing. And the overall finale, while it was good, it is not my favorite finale of all time. And for good characters, Lloyd, Garmadon, and the Overlord at the end, they were all standout characters, but overall, this season is fine. It's definitely not the best season, and it's not bad, and there is some nostalgia as well, but overall, there is just other seasons that are much better, and that's why it's this low on my list, but still relatively close to the middle. Number 8 pick is Season 4. Now, I don't want anybody to get too bent out of shape. I know a lot of people love this season and have this season as their number 1 or number 2 pick. But in my last ranking the seasons video, this season was a couple spots lower. And I said the main reason it was lower was because I wanted more tournament episodes. But realistically thinking about it, the story that they did was good, and the post-tournament episodes are still really good episodes, so that's why I bumped it up a couple spots. I mean, I still would have preferred a full tournament style, but what they did does not detract. And overall, I do like other seasons more still, but that's why it sits right where it is. I am glad I bumped it up though. I feel it did deserve to be higher because it still is a good season. And the episodes after the tournament stuff are not bad, like I said, and that finale is still great. And Garmadon's sacrifice is still one of the best scenes in Ninjago. So overall, it's a good season. Just I personally like other stuff more. So nevertheless, a good season, but I can't put it any higher than this, but still great. Number 7 pick is season 8. These are really good episodes, and the season is really action packed. It's a great story, amazing villains, and great cliffhanging episodes. I really do love this season, and I think it is a great season, especially thinking about modern Ninjago seasons being season 8 and beyond. This is a good season, and overall, the weakest thing about this season is the finale episode, Big Trouble Little Ninjago. It just doesn't feel finale-like, and it was really just a setup for season 9. It's still not a bad episode, but overall, it's a good season, and there's just other seasons I like more at this point, and that's what it really comes down to. Getting higher up on my list is just stuff I personally like more, but overall, a good season, great cliffhanging, which is one of the things I really do love about this season, but overall, I like other stuff more, and that's why this season sits where it sits. Number 6 pick is season 9. First, I must say this season is so cool. I first like the two equally good stories. The first story being in Ninjago with Lloyd and Nia fighting against Emperor Garmadon, and the second story being the other 4 ninja in the first realm with the Dragon Hunters. And there was some overall great characters throughout the whole season, such as Lloyd, Garmadon, Wu, Faith, Skylar were all really good, and the finale was just so amazing. For season 8 not really having a great finale feeling episode, at the end of season 9 totally makes up for it with its finale, and oh my gosh, is that finale great, and the Lloyd regaining his powers scene is awesome, and the duel between Lloyd and Garmadon is just great. Overall, it's a great season, and I understand why people love this season so much. I am totally with you. This season is great. Number 5 pick is season 7. This will be one of my controversial picks on my list, but I must say I like season 7 a lot. One of the reasons it is this high is I just boil down how much I like seasons, also how much I rewatch seasons or episodes from that season, and I rewatched season 7 quite a bit, and I really do like it. But going into the season a little bit, I love the concept of controlling time. I think it's really cool. I also like the Time Twins as villains. I loved Achronix's technology addiction, and Crux's cranky attitude towards Achronix was funny, and it made for good contrast between the two. Also, the premiere was really, really good. Same for the finale. I love how it left Wu's story open. Also, the second episode in the season, The Hatching, was really good. I love the backstory of the Time Twins in that episode. And episode 70, The Attack, was also really good. I love the action, and the emotion at the end of the episode was good. Overall, I really do like this season a lot more than a lot of people, but I did feel it was good, and that's why it deserved, in my opinion, to be this high on the list. Number 4 pick is season 12. I really like this season, and some of that may come from Ready Player One, but I also just like the concept of being in a game world and being able to kind of do whatever you want is really awesome. I also like that in Prime Empire you can try to play to collect the three Kitanas, or just kind of hang out in what was Terra Technica and race the Speedway 5 billion, or just hang around and have fun. Overall, I really did enjoy this season. Also, the villain was good. I liked how Unagami was not necessarily a villain, just had bad intentions and more was upset than anything. Overall, I really did like this season. And also the ninja suits, just a side thing, they were really cool and I thought they fit the Digi game theme really well and they really did look cool. Overall, I do love this season. I think a lot more than some people, and that's why it is in my fourth place spot. Now we are at our number 3 spot, but before we move on, once again, please leave your list in the comments below. I will read them. And without further ado, my number 3 pick is season 13. I loved this season. I will get it out of the way now, but episode 9 is the worst episode in this season. The anime shouldn't be in Ninjago, but the rest of the season was so awesome that it blows that terrible episode out of the water, and the rest of the season is so action-packed and so great. Also, the Munts and Geckos were really good. I definitely enjoyed their stories. And another great thing about this season is that it was Cole focused. Finally, he got the season he deserved that was focused towards him, and Cole does it incredibly. Also, Cole's side crew division was great. The Upley were hilarious side characters. Fungus, Plunder, and Corgan were just so unique and funny. They were just so fun to be around, and they had a great story. Also, another great thing about this season was the villain. The Skull Sorcerer was so amazing and menacing. He also had great motives, which were pretty well unique, with it being that he enslaved the Munts and Geckos to mine Vengestone for money for the wealth and glory of Shintaro. Overall, of modern day Ninjago seasons, season 8 and beyond, this is by far the best modern Ninjago season, and they really knocked it out of the park with this season, and I hope they do well with the next season, but overall, this season had to take the bronze medal for me. Number 2 pick is season 5. I love this season so much. First, I'll get it out of the way that Moro is the most amazing character and villain in season 5. He is just great. His dynamic against Lloyd and Kai was also really cool, and all three of them were standout characters. Also, the overall plot in this season was awesome, and the finale was incredible. It was another two-part finale, which was so amazing, and it was so action-packed and so incredible the way it ended. Also, Nia became a ninja in this season, which was awesome. And overall, this season was so incredible. I also liked the Ghost Army. I thought they were unique. Some other characters that were good were Ronin, and I'm glad he was introduced. Also, a couple of the Ghost Generals, the Soul Archer and Bancha, I thought were good. Overall, this season was so incredible, and I really do love this season. And it's definitely a rewatched one by myself personally. And overall, it was hard to choose between this and number 1, but overall, this is an amazing season. And like I said with season 1, go back and rewatch this if you have not seen it in a while. And overall, it had to take the silver medal for me, but there's one more ahead. Number 1 pick is season 3. I absolutely love this season. This season is so incredible. Everything about it is amazing. Every episode is awesome, and I love watching every single episode from this season. and especially the last 4 episodes of this whole season are just the best episodes in season 3. The finale is amazing. It's action packed, it's emotional, it is so fun to watch, and overall, this season is great. Also, the soundtracks, there was a couple amazing soundtracks in this season, and everything about it is so great. This season is incredible. And the villain, the Overlord returning, is great. He's even better in this season than he was in season 2. And this season really does knock it out of the park. Overall, this is such a great season. And also, just rewatchability. I love watching episodes from this season over and over. Like I said, especially the last 4 episodes. Also, the premiere is great. The ninja are great. Zane's battle against technology is awesome. Pixel and Borg being introduced is awesome. Overall, this season is, in my opinion, a perfect season of Ninjago, and that's why it had to take #1. And that concludes my updated Ninjago ranking the seasons video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and once again, please leave your comments down below. I will read them and reply to them. And again, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I will continue posting content. I will continue and finish up the ninja suits ranking videos, and overall, without too much else to say, please like and subscribe. That would be much appreciated and help me out a lot. And otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.